What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with this physique update of 2023 Mr. Olympia champion, Dereklindford. So some people commenting that he looks kind of behind for 4.5 weeks out. Well, we just cannot say. Because first of all, the lighting is kind of bad. And how it depleted. And how a 250 pounds guy is currently looking. That is gonna play a huge role on his overall look on that particular day, when he steps on stage for that hour or so. But one thing is pretty certain. Everyone who has been counting out Derek, they should probably rethink. Because there isn't even a slight imbalance between his upper and lower body, at least as of right now. And his quads are looking full blown in this update. So this is the incredible X-frame that Derek has always known for, that we always talk about. But keep in mind, he's working with a new coach who is Chris Azito this time, and fully trusting the process. And we just saw that getting ripped too early, that just did not pay off that well at this past Miss Olympia. And we all know for this one, he isn't coming in flat. In fact, they might come in full as a house. And considering the fact that his biggest competition here, there are two 300 pounds bodybuilders in the form of Samson Dauda and Andrew Jack. This is a sound strategy for Derek. Now Derek is gonna be the biggest threat for Samson Dauda in 4.5 weeks time. And it is just a matter of keeping that leg size during that final week, during the peak week. And we are gonna see one incredible battle for this upcoming Arnold. So the Derek that dropped to 3rd place at the Olympia last year, that was far from being the best Derek, and is bound to improve on that, because his quads are probably gonna look a lot better with this peak, and his conditioning is also gonna be better in my opinion. So what are your thoughts on Derek's update at 4.5 weeks out? Guys, Mr. Olympia Signature Series is now live on hostel.com. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% discount and click the arrow below to check out all the hostel products. Next up, we have the physique update from another former Miss Olympia, Brandon Carey. So Brandon not only posted an entire leg workout session on his YouTube channel, but the man also explained every single exercise, which is a lot of information coming from a guy who is 2 times Arnold champion and a former Miss Olympia. And you guys will be surprised to see the mobility and all the stuff in regards to that Carey has been doing all this time, because these things mostly get ignored, even at the highest level. Now he did show us another sneak peek of how his quads are looking in the middle of that workout. And I have got to say, every update that Brandon has been posting during this Arnold prep, he looks a lot more impressive than what people are expecting from him, especially after his career's lowest placing, 9th at the Olympia last year, and that too for the very first time since 2016. But we have to keep in mind this time, Brandon also has a new coach, a different game plan, and they're going for a more detailed, more shredded, and a more ripped version. And honestly, Brandon looks to be in a great condition for 5 weeks out of this upcoming Arnold Classic. And him revealing that as of right now he is fully depleted, meaning he is running very low carbs, which is very different for Brandon, as he is famous for eating plenty of carbs for most part of the prep to keep that 3D look. But he knows the judges want to see more separation from him on the stage. So Carey means business for this one, and he wants to be top 3 at this upcoming Arnold at least. Now, I have got to say, if he wants to achieve that, he is gonna need some help from the other top guys, and they have to come in a bit off. So do let me know what you guys think. Can Brandon beat a guy like Andrew Jack? Next up, we have the physique update from Carlos Thomas Jr. posing with his father, and it looks like a cartoon character with that kind of fullness that is showcasing at 4.5 weeks out of this upcoming Arnold Classic. He's without any shadow of a doubt the biggest wildcard in this year's Arnold lineup, because there is just so much muscle mass, so much size on that frame, and he has that awesome symmetry, one of the most unreal proportions out there. Tell me who in this show is gonna have bigger quads than Carlos Thomas Jr. And what if these lines get even more deeper? And for some physiques, a standout body part, that is something that really helps. For instance, what we saw with Rubiel Mosquera at his pro debut, which happened in Prague. And we have to keep in mind, Carlos has a lot better balance than Rubiel. He is so proportionate top to bottom. Now maybe we are putting a lot of pressure on Patrick Tour, the coach of Carlos, but all the eyes are on him to bring Carlos in the best condition of his life and bring him in absolutely ripped to the bone. And he might shock a lot of people at this upcoming Arnold. And we have to keep in mind, this is his first big show, his first ever Arnold. Now we keep on judging Carlos's physique on the basis of what we saw from him at Texas Pro back in 2023, which was his pro debut. Because even though Carlos turned pro many years ago, he has competed just once. But this physique is gonna be miles better than what we saw in Texas a couple of years back. Now we keep talking about Keon Pearson and his mind-blowing proportions. And Carlos isn't Keon, but is turning out to be another freak of nature with that short frame and how well the man is put up together. That is just insanity. And it is only a matter of bringing top-notch conditioning. Now, if Carlos is peeled, I do not think 1 week shot, the back double biceps, that is gonna matter a lot in his overall placings. But do let me know what you guys think. Guys, Gorilla Wear is offering a massive discount of up to 70% right now. Use the code Fazi10 to get 10% extra discount. Now that's the look on James Hollinghead that we all wanna see, which is absolutely wild. The density on this guy, that is insane. And now that James is reaching that 4.5 weeks out mark, the separation is getting crazy. And unlike the previous set of pictures which James posted, where he did not look as hard and full due to the lack of pump. So contrary to that, the man looks so damn impressive here. So James has been working with Stefan for almost 10 months now, a full off season together. And this is obviously gonna be their first prep together. And seems like everything has been clicking so well for James. Now, if James, not being at his best, can place top 5 at the Arnold, which happened last year, imagine where he can place this year, with a perfect peak, with a perfect combination of size and fullness. Because James is just so adamant that the world of bodybuilding hasn't seen his full potential, his best physique just yet. Now the thing with James is that he has to beat some of these top guys on the basis of his hardness, his fullness, his muscle maturity, and his density. Because he won't be the guy with the biggest wow factor on the stage. He won't be the guy with the most incredible aesthetics, but he has all the muscle in the world. He has immense detail from the back, and he's gonna be bigger than last year. So I believe this is gonna be very exciting for James Hollinghead. Next up, we have an update from the Persian wolf Hadi Chupan. So he's no longer in the bodybuilding media these days, as he's going through an off-season phase. But do not forget about him, as he plans to return to claim his throne once again. And his biggest aim right now is to win back that Mr. Olympia title. Now, it is always true to hear when a legend like Phil Heath, he talks about the fellow athletes, in this case Hadi Chupan, and Phil and Hadi, they shared the stage once, back in 2020. And I think Hadi might be the one and only guy to throw a challenge at Phil Heath in the post down to hit the most muscular. Because in my own memory, no one else ever did that. But it was a different Phil Heath back in 2020 who was about to retire. Now, everybody who knows Hadi Chupan, they will always talk about the incredible work ethic of this man, just like Phil Heath did here in this question.
Oh, Hadi Chupan? Great bodybuilder. He's Mr. Olympia. What are we talking about? You know, he's a champion. Won the Arnold last year, twice over. He's gone through a lot of ups and downs in his career, but mostly ups. And this is one dude that I know for damn sure. Man, he is driven. When you talk about my opinion about him, he's driven. And what I love about him is that he's not only driven with his training, his preparation, but he's also a driven father, driven husband as well. And that's very rare, especially in this sport.
So Hadi has developed such a persona around him, so much curiosity, that you wonder, does this guy even cheat on his diet, even during the off-season? Or he's just laser focused on becoming a little better every single day, that those things just do not matter. So it isn't gonna be until the end of this year when we're gonna see Hadi Chupan back on the stage. But this is definitely gonna be a very anticipated off-season, and an even more anticipated comeback. It is so amazing how some of these top Olympians, in this case Hunter Labrada, can stay so heavy, literally in the 290s, while running the minimal possible gear in this phase, which is termed to be a health phase in this current era. Now that is the proof right there, that there is definitely better understanding of nutrition and training and the PEDs compared to the past. And based on Hunter's last physique update and this training footage, the man looks so awesome right now, very lean for this kind of body weight, because I can clearly recall he was around 295 last year when that guest posing happened for the Pittsburgh Pro, and he was actually pushing things during that time. So Hunter has been placing top 6 for the last 2 consecutive years, and in these past 2 years, he came very close to beating Andrew Jack, especially in 2024. In fact, he was ahead of Andrew after the prejudging, but he fell back during the finals. Although 2024 Miss Olympia package was the best of Hunter to this day, but they still have to figure out his peak so that he maintains his look and maybe even get better for the next 48 hours. And Hunter, with the kind of size that he has, and he has been pushing even more, I think he can be back in the top 5 Olympia this year. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.